a deep breath. Can you hear it? It's not just the wind rustling through the ancient trees, nor the gentle murmur of the stream. It's a howl, not a howl calling the pack, not a hunting cry. It's the howl of torment, a secret buried far too long in the heart of the ancient forest, a howl of conscience. In that place there once lived a wolf pack. They were not merely proud hunters, but living proof of the strength of trust and unity. Every wolf in the pack held a sacred vow, never to deceive their kin. And their leader, the wise old wolf, was a living symbol of that vow, with his grizzled fur and deep, knowing eyes that saw through everything. Within the pack, there was a young wolf named Gray. Gray was intelligent and nimble, but carried within him a burning ambition and a simmering envy. Gray craved the leader's position, longing to be respected like the old wolf, but lacked the patience to wait for his turn or prove himself through merit. Envy crept into Gray's heart like a venomous thorn, causing him to regard the old wolf with suspicion. "The old wolf is old now," Gray whispered to the other young wolves. "Perhaps he is no longer sharp enough to lead us through this harsh winter. I've seen him neglect hunts, overlook lurking dangers." Gray's lies, his flawed judgments, thus planted seeds in the pack's minds like an invisible poison. Gradually, the trusting gaze they once held for the wise old wolf began to waver. The sacred vow of honesty was shaken. Even though the old wolf remained devoted in his leadership, sharing his experience and protecting the pack, the suspicion grew. The pack no longer hunted as effectively as before. Their howls calling to each other became fragmented, no longer in unison. They split into smaller groups, losing their collective strength. The forest itself seemed to sense the discord. The winding paths became desolate. The bird song grew sparser. Gray, inwardly, reveled in his scheme, believing he was moving closer to his goal. But life has its own rules. One night, a fierce blizzard unexpectedly descended. Due to their division and lack of vigilance, the wolves faced a winter storm more terrifying than any before. In the panic, the tiny, frail wolf pups became separated from their mothers. Desperate howls echoed through the forest, no longer calls to the pack, but cries of utter despair from the little ones. Most painfully, Gray's own beloved young nephew, the pup with eyes as clear as dewdrops, was also lost in the blizzard. It was then that an image flashed in Gray's mind. The wise old wolf had once instructed him how to protect the most vulnerable pups during stormy nights. The old wolf's mournful howl, searching for lost cubs, suddenly resonated more clearly than ever, like the howl of Gray's own conscience. He ran frantically through the blizzard, calling his nephew's name, but only the wind in his own heart answered. Gray realized what he had destroyed was not just trust, but life itself, family, everything he had ever cherished. As Gray was about to collapse from exhaustion and despair, a faint silhouette appeared in the white expanse of snow. It was the wise old wolf. He held Gray's small nephew in his embrace, warming him with his own body heat. Though safe, the pup's tiny eyes looked at Gray with fear and alienation, as if he no longer recognized the uncle he once trusted. It was at that moment that everything crumbled in Gray's mind. The agonizing howl of conscience was no longer an echo, but a tearing scream from the depths of his soul. Gray realized ambition had turned him into a betrayer, and deception had caused him to lose the most precious things, not only the pack's trust, but also the trust of his own beloved nephew. Gray's hot tears fell onto the cold snow. In that instant, a life-changing decision was made. The next morning, as the blizzard cleared, Gray did something no one expected. He stood before the entire wolf pack, bowed his head, and with a pained yet courageous howl, confessed all the lies and flawed judgments he had spread. He did not ask for forgiveness, only to bear the responsibility. The pack remained silent, their eyes still holding hurt, but also a hint of surprise. The wise old wolf simply looked at Gray for a long time, then spoke in a deep, warm voice. "The path of atonement is not easy, Gray, but the courage to face the truth is the first step." So Gray's journey of redemption began. He no longer sought power. He diligently protected the pack, hunted, and cared for the frail pups. He used his intelligence to guide the pack through dangers, not through deception, but through honesty and devotion. Gradually, little by little, the suspicion in the pack's eyes faded. Their unifying howls resonated again, stronger than before. The laughter of the wolf pups filled the forest once more, and his little nephew slowly regained trust in Gray's kind eyes. Gray understood that trust is fragile, easily broken, but when mended with sincerity and unwavering action, it becomes stronger than ever. Gray never became the leader, but he found a more important place. A trustworthy wolf, a friend, and a complete member of the pack. His howl now was no longer one of torment, but a song of a conscience that had found peace. In the ancient forest, the night's howls echo once more. But now they are no longer the howls of a lost soul. They are the howls of a conscience set free, a living testament to the power of honesty and the ability to change. The lesson of Gray the Wolf's atonement will forever resonate, reminding us that the value of trust is priceless, and it is never too late to atone, to make amends, and to find the light within ourselves.